What's up, everybody? I'm gonna be fixing this leak I've been having on the transmission. I was gonna take it to Mid Ohio, but I just was not gonna take a chance on it. So, I took the fill plug out to see where my finger will be in the hole, and it's not too bad. It's definitely a little bit under the threading where it should be. It should be right by at the threading and everything. Plus, this car might be slightly on a tilt or so. So I'm going to change the fluid anyways. But the coloring when it comes out of it, it looks pretty decent. But I don't know to be exact of how good quality the transmission fluid is. So I'm going to change it anyways with Honda MTF. It means manual transmission fluid. But right now, I already took the axle out. Yeah, I'm about to take the axle out right now, but I took the wheel off. I disassembled the lower bolt, the axle bolt, the toe bolt, the tie rod end bolt off, so everything's loose. I can get the axle out next. But first, I need to drain. I want to drain the fluid first, so nothing comes out of the axle seal area and drips everywhere. So I'm going to drain the fluid right now and show you what afterwards. This looks definitely clear in a way, but has a slightly tip to it, so I'm going to change it anyways. And yeah, I just got a little bit everywhere. I wasn't expecting to squirt like that before. I've done this multiple times. I've never seen that shoot out like that before. It's been a few days since I got back onto this. I had to order the new seals for my driver's side axle from the transmission because I ordered on Rock Auto. I even looked on double check just now before I upload this video that it's the right part number, but inner bore is different size. I even stuck it on the side of the axle, and there's so much of gappage and when I seal oil at all. So I decided to go with OEM, and OEM is really only the best way to go with. If you really want to know, I'll put the part list number on the description so you can figure out which the proper one and go from there. And also got 2 crush washers for the transmission for the drain and filler plug, just to make sure that it's sealed properly with no leaks. So I got the drain right here and the fill. So let's get this started again. First, I'm going to start with the axle seal. And I kind of plugged it up a little bit, so I'm going to try to use this socket to fit into the section, so it'll be fitting right into it. Just need to clean off the area with brake cleaner so there's no contamination on the seal. What I'm basically using is, it's not like a blue shop towel, towel. This is more like a fiber base instead of like a cotton base towel that actually soaks it up. This is good for not to have like fibers into like areas that you need to be cleaning off. Then you have to re-clean it off with something else to get the fibers out, just to make sure you don't have issues long term with like fibers, especially doing like your valve cover. Just try to use something like this of a paper towel, and I'll show you the description in a few seconds after I get done putting the new seal in. These have to be a tight fit too, so no oil gets in between the body of the transmission and the seal. Alright, I got an extension inside. I get a little bigger hammer so I have a little bit of flatness against this tool here. Make sure I get a pretty good hit. Almost on. Almost on. The bottom is still not squared as the top. Have to get a little more love somehow. I'm gonna give you a quick view of what it looks like from inside. See how try to zoom in a little better. It looks pretty flush around the corners, so you have to kind of play each corner when you put the tool on. Just make sure you leveled it in, and plus give a little feel on the edging, see if it's actually flush. That kind of helps it to guide it a little bit of touching the flush inside, see how much it's inside of the area. All right, now let's put the new crush washers on this, and I need to check this really quick, see how it is. All right, now put the axle in. Trying to see if I can get it popped in really quick without trying to really worry about it. Sometimes it can be very tricky with this clip they have in here. Yeah, that's what I mean about the clipper here. This little thing right off the axle. It doesn't like to sit in fully, so you have to kind of fiddle with it. Sometimes it goes in the first shot, sometimes you have to keep messing with it. Pause this at this moment so I can get it in. Just want to show you this. I'm going to be using this for to fill in my transmission. You can probably get this at AutoZone, Harbor Freight, any local like automotive store kind of thing. Just need to hook this up to your quart of oil or quart of fluid, whatever. But if you're interchanging with a different oil type, make sure you take the hoses off, both hoses out. Spray with brake cleaner in the channels of the pump area. Make sure it's clean and everything. You don't want to contaminate the transmission or the engine oil or any type of aspect on it. So I basically sprayed I'm just going to show you. I basically took the hose and sprayed the inside, cleaned it with this the white towel I was telling you about, and I basically did with this hose, and I cleaned the inside just by spraying it and pumping it at the same time to help get the fluid in there and help clean it out. So now I'm going to use it for my Honda MTF. Alright, this is my Honda manual transmission fluid. I got it like a few years ago. I was going to use it for my other car, my silver Civic. So I'm going to use it for my Honda Fit. So I'm just going to screw this in like this and pump away into the filler hole. I'm going to show you in 2 seconds. I'm going to fill in that filler hole, and I just need to unscrew it really quick. And here's the old crush washer. First I want to clean this bolt off really quick with brake cleaner. I also want to spray the hole right there, the tube, for any type of grit. So I'm going to spray it on the rag so I don't spray inside the transmission or any type of debris around it. So it helps it gets nice and clean. That's all from it too. And that was the back side of it. Now I can start pumping away, and I'll show you how it's going to be done. I'm going to just fill in this hole until it starts bleeding out of the hole. There we go. And it's pumping. All right, now I'm at my second quart. Right now I'm at 1.5 quarts of this, and it's already started to drip. So I'm gonna give a couple more tugs. Just to see how it's gonna leak from. Okay. That should be good right there. Let me test, put my finger in there really quick and see how it plays out. And that should be pretty good right there. Now I'm going to get my crush washer and install the new, exact same thing, lightly silver. Lightly silver. Let me zoom in. Lightly silver towards the transmission, and the more metally look on against the bolt. I hand snugged on it and put the wrench on it. Notice it's going to be a 17 meter. I got this when I used to work at Honda. Let me zoom out. When I used to work at Honda, it's about, I say about like 13, 14 inches long, and it has a 19 millimeter on one side and 17 on the other. And I got a Craftsman, so at the time we had Sears, actually had all the tools. So you could probably buy this online if you want to. The double solid wrench, so you can drain your oil and everything. It's easy compared to using a regular wrench, especially it has a longer position. Let me go on the other side. I don't have any good leverage. That should be snugged. Don't want to over tighten it. You'll strip it. And that wraps it. Now I just need to clean off the area with a brake cleaner and go from there. And yes, I'm using a lock because I want to make sure all the fluids off everything, and if it's all gritty. So and this basically wraps this part of the section of the video. Just needed to already tighten down lower control arm bushing on that lower control arm. I already tightened down the tie rod end. I already tightened down, and now you just need to make sure the axle nuts has the lock position. So I have to tap it in that corner so it doesn't, so the axle nut doesn't move around. Well, this wraps up this video of me doing the axle seal on a Honda Fit 2007 Sport. If you don't know what this engine is, it's a L15A1. Basically, first year it came out in 2007. So everything wraps up. If you haven't seen like my previous videos, you should. If you like to do a track setup, or you just want to be very comfortable with your ride, with it being safe, especially if you want to take it on twisties or anything, make sure you get it set up so you don't overuse the engine. So try to get, especially if you're in a high climax temperature like Arizona, I can't stand. Sorry, I used to live there for 9 months, and I hate every single day of it because it was miserable. Basically, like Arizona, it has high heats, and the surface temperatures can get really over 120 degrees. So you want to be cautious with the type of oil you put in, the cooler setup you have, the radiator setup you have. If the fans are running properly, the engine will run efficiently. So now I just need to unplug the battery tenders because it's been sitting for a while. And I'm going to try to drive it tonight. Let's give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and please subscribe and check out my other videos. If you want to see my previous builds on this car, from my rear brakes, I think I have shown the Wilworth brake kit up front, my Koenig wheels, Hypergram, they're amazing design, BC Racing coilovers with a custom spring rate, custom intake, custom exhaust, you name it. So check it out and subscribe, and please follow me. Thank you.